All right, guys. I am on here to talk about my thoughts of the Elvis movie that came out yesterday, June 24th. I went to see it today. And I've been watching the previews, and I'm a musical person. I sing Blue Rise Productions. Yes, what page y'all on? I write stage plays, I act. So of course I go, I like to see how they're gonna portray a story. Anyway, so um, I've been watching the previews, like I said, and I went to see Elvis by myself. I normally go to the movies with my 16-year-old, but thank God I was by myself, y'all, because the preview was off the chain horrible. It's some movie coming out about LBTGQC, whatever. I ain't got no problem with y'all. I don't believe in him. I ain't got no problem with y'all. We can go in there. But the preview was horrid. We need to be warned. Me and wrestling, then they go into kissing. They got threesomes in the bed, looking all stupid. Like literally, this stuff was crazy. So go after the previews because that's a movie that's coming out and the preview is terrible. So that's probably the preview of every movie, but it was definitely there for Elvis movie. But the movie, by far the best movie I've seen in years. For me, I've seen some of the reviews that it was people that say it's a classic to people saying it was a train wreck. Definitely not a train wreck. If it's anything, there were some people that was probably offended because it was a black people movie. Now, it was only white people in the theater, mostly older white people. Now, mind y'all, I'm from Carbondale. Here, I went to the AMC theater in Carbondale, Illinois. So that may be why, maybe in Chicago or somewhere more black people went to the movie. But here, there was white people. But I doubt it because when the movie was over, I seen some black couples come in, young couples, but they was young. I look kind of young, so I was, I don't know. Maybe they was nice, but no, they was younger. So I said, "What y'all going to see? Y'all going to see Elvis?" I know, and they was like, "Elvis." That's how they looked. I was like, oh, I said, wow, they don't know. It's a black movie. So it was just really, really, really a good movie. It had a lot of black history in it. Y'all know it ain't gonna portray the black history, right? But at least it gave some props to the beautiful black singers that rock doggone it America out. At least it gave some props to what black people bring to this poor old place. I'm sorry. People like Elvis who was had to end up being poor. We gotta be poor, be raised around the poor black people in the ghetto, in the projects. He ended up, having black friends. And of course, they didn't tell the whole story because almost all black people are talented, can sing, dance, or something. So he was learning all his little dance moves and singing from them. And then, they would go to the little juke joint with the live singing. One of the songs that became one of his top songs, Little Mama, It's All Right, something like that. That was a song he heard snooping. They never did say that he bought out the black person or bought out the people and got the music. Now, they did mention one time when he heard this song that, what was it? It was one of the real good ones that we know. And they was like, if you get to make the record, you would get way rich than the black man who did the original writing and that could really sing it way better than Elvis and dance way better than Elvis. They were it was so much against the black people that they couldn't even be on TV. So Elvis, he could be on TV, but then there started to be a problem because the little white girls was on looking at the TV like, oh my God, and they was liking him, and they was like, we gotta take him off of TV because he looks like them niggers. He danced like them niggers, and he can't bring that. We gonna put him in jail. He gonna have to go to jail, and then he either gonna have to serve time or he gonna have to go in the army because he can't be sitting up here. Even an entertainer, I don't care how good he entertain, he better do something else than entertain like the niggas. So it was pretty good too. They didn't hide it. Whoever wrote that movie, I ain't even go look to see who wrote it, but they did a good job representing what really went on. Representing, I'm out here in the mosquitoes, y'all. Representing that these the who, and one time Elvis said they was like he the king of rock and roll, and he was like, no, what was the name of the, y'all know him, the black man, but y'all got to go see the movie. He was like, no, he's actually the king of rock and roll, and it was a black man, you know. We make all the music from the classical. Beethoven was, they say, black. So, we make it all. It's in our blood. We can't let people take away from us. And that's what Elvis showed me. Then it made me have more respect for Elvis. I never like been such a fan like certain things just because I felt like they put Elvis up on the pedestal when it was just people better than him, like James Brown and BB King and people like that. So I but to understand more of where he got it from, to as they showed it, see his love for black people, you know, they showed it that he never lost it. It really hurt him to see the bad stuff going on in the world, and he was tired of, like, the time they had him trying to sing these Christmas songs and stuff. He didn't want to sing them doggone Christmas songs. He said, he was like, the world is in such a mess. Let me sing something that's better. A Star is Born, something better than the Christmas song that they want us to sing. Here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. So I like that. I like that he stood up to that. Um, it showed relationship problems that happen when you get so caught up in loving entertainment, loving money, whatever it is. And it showed how Priscilla, um, she just wanted her husband. You know what I mean? She wanted who she fell in love with, fun. She didn't care nothing about being filthy rich. And they didn't quite. They said Elvis died of a heart attack. They showed lots of drugs around. We know that he probably took drugs, but I think it really exposed the doctors killing people, like the whole theory about Michael Jackson. I think it exposed that because it showed, doctors taking care of him, shooting him up with, stuff, which allowed him to go perform and so forth. But heck, he go home and die. They mixing it with liquor, mixing it with drugs, and everything. So because that's the performing life. So I don't know, maybe they killed him because it was just a lot going on. He was a little too black and he didn't even love performing unless he was singing that gospel soul type music. One of the songs he let him sing a little bit of in the movie was over my head, over my head. I hear music in the air. There must be a God somewhere. That's my song right there. But he sung a lot of that. They sung a little bit working on the building, like I'll Fly Away. And then it was like toward the end of the movie, he was talking about I'm flying away with or without you, daddy. Without his daddy, they had become broke and all that, and he didn't understand. They kind of portrayed him as like the black man who don't really know, that got all this talent, that gets signed into deals, even though he was a white man. He went through the same thing because he grew up, in unfortunate circumstances, so he didn't have a lot of knowledge. His parents didn't have a lot of knowledge of, they didn't have money, they didn't have real lawyers or nothing like that. So, that was kind of bad to me, that he had to go through that. But I really, really just like the fact that it showed where he got it from, them black folks, mm. and how he listened to them sing, and that's how he learned to make the music. I ain't saying he couldn't sing, because obviously Elvis could sing. Y'all heard him, but how did he get those songs? How did he get those dance moves? The gyrating that he did on the stage was because he said he get the Holy Ghost at the church. He went to the church and got the Holy Ghost, and so he would be doing the Holy Ghost on stage, no matter what he was singing about. Then he kissed all the women in the mouth. But anyway, it was a good movie. Y'all go see the movie. I give the movie a big thumbs up. This your girl, Blue Rise, from Blue Rise Production, doing a movie review. You know, some people just hard to please. I'm not, but that really was a good movie. I like almost all movies because I'm creative. I make stage plays, I write songs, and so I like almost all the movies. But this was a really, really, really good movie. So from your girl Blue Rise, black folks, go watch the movie.